I gotta. Okay, I'm dying to ask you guys this, or like just bring this up. This is like super random. I mean, I guess it relates to the development of the Golden State Warriors down the line, but like I've been hearing rumors that apparently they're testing the markets and there might be a trade. Or don't quote me on this.
Hmm.
Not saying there's gonna be a trade, but like
Yeah.
I keep hearing rumors that potentially they want to trade to get Jacob Pertl.
Yeah.
And and let me ask you guys: does that make us better down the line, or does it? Well, me personally, I'm gonna say like I don't want to trade Wiseman, but like I want to hear like maybe like Pirtle's like he's good on defense, he gets rebounds. Like I don't
I
know,
don't even
like
know who
does
the
he
hell
make us
that
better?
is. I ain't gonna lie.
You know
Jakob.
Jakob.
I
You don't know
don't.
Jakob?
Jakob
Portal?
Pertl. He's got the whole game named after him. Well, named after Wordle, but named after him. Um,
Mike?
so if you asked this question like 4 days ago, I'd be like, yeah, you trade for Jakob Pertl because
What
yeah,
happens?
what happened? you t- Steph got hurt, so it's like it's kind of the
Oh
nature.
yeah,
It's kind of the nature of trades though too. Is like as much as the talk has started now because like December 15th is the day that a lot of players who sign contracts at a certain point in the summer or just sign contracts over the summer can start to be traded. But we're still in like the talking phase. Like we're still kind of a month or so away from when trades are actually gonna start happening. Like as we closer to All Star break, so we were always in this place, but even more so
yeah,
now, the Warriors need to see where they're gonna be in. Like I don't think Steph getting hurt necessitates or like quickens them to a trade. Like they're not going to make a trade faster because Steph got hurt. If anything, it's going to
right.
reinforce the patient approach they're going to take to figure out where this team is at before they decide how they want to like leverage assets. Because like if this team is like the 12 seed and doesn't seem like they have a chance to get beyond like 9, by the time Steph comes
Uh,
back, I don't know if you're wasting future because like it's not just going to be Wiseman for Pirtle, right? It's going to be Wiseman and probably a future pick for
Pick,
Pirtle,
yeah,
and you're not doing that if you're about to go into a season where you're in the lottery like type thing. But if you're
yeah,
in a spot where it's like, oh, you got around 500, a couple games above, this is a team that with Steph for the next 4 months, arrested Steph is gonna be able to challenge for a championship. Then yeah, no, Jakob Pirtle for James Wiseman to pick is one. I feel like there's probably one more trade out there or pick up for a wing, and those are kind of the two things the team needs if you're trying to win a championship this year. So
yeah.
The
Damn,
way
that's a
you
dead ass point.
explained, yeah, the way you explained the the scenario where they're the 12, like where they
yeah,
fall off a little bit, play bad, and then it's tough to see them making the playoffs, or it's going to be a lot for them to make the play in. No sense in making the moves. Kind of to see them playing it even safer with Steph, I guess, is where my mind went. It's like at the end of these 4 weeks, are they saying Steph's fine, but we should wait a couple more weeks because if we wait a couple more weeks, it becomes clear whether we're a lottery team or a playoff team, kind of thing. The tough decisions that the fans are gonna be trying to wrestle with, but the real things that probably Laker, Myers, and Kerr have to try to decide, and what's best for Steph, what's best for the team, kind of thing. But all that to say was it's 2011-12 all over again. People remember that year. The Warriors was going to make the playoffs with Steph and Monte got back on the court together. They was finally going to figure
oh
it out. I'll
yeah,
let people know. Steph just needed to get healthy. Hadn't had a healthy season since his second year, so it had been a couple of years, I think, in 11-12. But he like lit up the Nuggets. Steph in the games he did play. Steph went to work a fair amount of times to start to find himself that year. Not like the next year, but I think it would have been like 12-13 had he been healthy, had he came back from the injury, but they shut him down and traded Monte. So are we going to
because
get the shut Steph down, draft the next Harrison Barnes, who
well,
is,
it's flipped too because it's they trade Monte, and then they shut down Steph because it was a whole like
yeah,
after the trade there was like this concept that they would be able to push for the playoffs. Then you realize they really 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 wanted to make sure they kept a pick because I think it was top 7 protected,
yeah.
and I guess yeah, it turns into Harrison Barnes. They threw away that season. They got Harrison Barnes out of it, which I guess is kind of how you get KD. So it's all, I guess, worth it at the end. But yeah, that was a weird one.
About them assets. But no, it's funny to see if this year, after these 3-4 weeks, and they're playing around with bringing Steph back or not, and shipping someone out maybe. Interesting.
They
I
said
just
that
want to
nigga
talk about the
Monte
old
don't take
days.
showers.
What?
He used to take baths after the game. That's what Misa told me. He was talking about all the smoke. Never took showers after the game.
Bruh.
Just took a bath. I don't know about that.
Oh,
I mean, that's not that weird. You made it seem like the man don't bathe at all when you first said. You said Monte don't take showers. Like
Where do
what?
you take?
48-minute basketball game and you take a bath. That's
Where do
I
you
hope he
take
was
a
taking a
bath at the
shower.
gym?
Well, they
Uh,
got the
Size,
ice bath.
but is that
Kind of
that's all
thing.
he's doing? That's
Yeah, no, yeah.
you're bathing in
We ain't trying to do no Monte slander on this
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
podcast.
no
nah. It
Monte
just that's what
slander.
came up to my head when you said Monte, because Misa just told me about that.
I'd heard it on the All the
That's funny.
Smoke podcast. I forgot who said. I think Matt Bar. I can't remember which one said it, bro. But they said that shit that apparently, like, yeah, he would just take baths, bro, and like they were just like clowning for that shit. But
That's pretty good.
and
So
shout out Monte, bro.
Legendary.
when there's
Legend.
Shout out to
Monte,
GOAT.
Warriors
there's a
legend.
way.
Mm.
Montelis has it all. Have it all. All right. I was gonna ask. So Misa said he wouldn't trade Wiseman. Are y'all on that? And I kind of want to go through kind of a slew of players. But we'll start with Wiseman. Are y'all willing to trade Wiseman in a scenario where it makes sense?
What's the scenario that makes sense? That's the
So
thing.
I mean, Pirtle is probably the best comp, like because it's probably like
Yeah.
where you best understand the value. You're probably gonna have to throw in a pick to trade him, and you're gonna get like assets, like somebody who can do the things that you were hoping he could do. But if it's like Pirtle's he played for the Spurs for the last few years, played for the Raptors
Yeah.
before that. He's gonna be able to play like at the like all the stuff the Warriors bigs, the Looney stuff. Like he's another guy to do those things, so it's not just all on Looney and Draymond. So it's like,
Yeah.
do you trade
You can see the
Wiseman
size.
for that type of
Help.
player? Yeah.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
He's
He's
6'11", 7 foot.
6'11". Okay.
Or
This
just
is
like
a
even
big
that
body.
type.
We
It could
need
be
the
like
big
a
body,
power
but-
forward who's good at that stuff too, but for that like that type of player. Like a guy that can be the third big next to Looney and Draymond, because they're kind of Jermichael Green hasn't been great in that spot yet. And if you can upgrade that to something, do you do it if
Yeah.
it costs you Wiseman?
Yeah. I don't want to say yeah because I don't like James Wiseman. Not even the hate, just the blame.
Yeah.
Just like I feel like Warrior fans right now is very dramatic. It's like I don't know, we're bad with or without Wiseman. It's like it's not just Wiseman that's the problem. Like so I'm saying I don't. But yeah, I guess though if bro is if he's what y'all saying he is, then yeah, I feel like you got to look into it just to have one more type of player out there like that.
Mm-hmm. Help you on the chip. You trade Wiseman?
I guess, but that's like it got to be the right thing. Like, yeah, Portal is cool. I'd be tempted if we played well over the next 3-4 weeks type thing, and we coming back like, yeah, we find something over the next 3-4 weeks, and we know Steph coming back. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it, but I don't know. I like the kid. Just want to feel like what he probably. His journey to the NBA has just been an interesting one to watch and to end up on my favorite team. It's weird. So probably separate the business side. It's pretty clear. Yeah, you entertain the trades. You always entertain the trades, really. But he's interesting, to say the least. He's interesting. He's. What do you do? I guess to. Yeah, it's that waiting game thing. I guess are you waiting around for 3-4 years from now, and you're looking at trying to trade Darko Milicic, or trading him right now is you have some leverage, the potential side of things. I think he's better than that. I don't think he's that gonna be that. I don't think he's a bust. And I think if he is with Kerr and Curry and the Warriors G League team back and forth with the regular team over the next 2 years, he'll come out to be a solid NBA player. But what that is that worth it to wait around for? I don't know. Yeah.
Anybody else? I think I was gonna go Moody, but it seems like if y'all got hesitations about Wiseman, then you're probably not looking to trade really any of the young guys, really, right? Like, cause I feel.
Well, no, that's where I'm weird about it. Like, yeah, if the 3-4 weeks go really well, and if it's a Moody Wiseman package, I'm not afraid of trading Moses Moody either. I guess it's just got to be the right thing. Like, got to be worth it. Like it wouldn't be. It feels like we're giving up multiple assets for Portal. Have to give up multiple assets for Jakob Portal. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling that. But if there's something out there,
are there players
something else
that can get that out? Like, is a Caruso tempting to anybody enough to part with some assets?
Who?
Oh, wait a minute.
Caruso.
The Bulls kind
Now
of
that's
surged
interesting because that's where I'm at with it. That one makes me think because the Portal thing a little bit feels like it'd be a good move because we might need that size versus I think Phoenix and Milwaukee. Like when you get down to it, like our Western Conference Finals and NBA Finals, like if we get that lucky to get that far, can be trying to go against Giannis and Ayton, and I think we could use the extra body. But the more fun way to think about it, I guess, is get Caruso on this team has always done small ball, and I think get a dynamic defensive player like him. Yeah,
I think there's also
I think the ceiling is a little higher. The potential of what this team can be is a little higher than just getting a big man that can fill a role that hopefully can fill a role, fill some spot minutes. Kind of just fill what JaMychal Green was supposed to be, like trying to get a second swing at that, as opposed to going a different direction like Caruso is. I like that more. I think going towards a defensive guard that we were really an Iggy type, I guess.
I think there's a world where you could. I mean, it would cost you a lot of assets, but there's a world where you could do both.
Yeah, yeah. Open. I would do the Caruso first. Like I said, saying not giving up too much for Porto, but yeah, no, I'd be open to Caruso for sure. That's a very interesting name.
What are you guys giving up for Caruso? What's reasonable?
I mean,
Like a Moody and a pick, or
I'm starting Wiseman on Caruso. Starting with Wiseman and then seeing what else. I'm cool to go Wiseman plus another asset, whether it's pick or Moody.
let's see
Or
what
it would have to be
Caruso's contract is.
But I feel like after 3-4 weeks, kind of,
What's Caruso? Caruso's locked in. Gosh, Caruso's locked down till 23, 24. I guess just one more year after this. So it would be like you're not just getting them for this season, which means that, I might be willing to give up both of them, to be honest, unless I knew I didn't have to, or at least whichever one they wanted plus a pick between Moody and Wiseman. But Caruso's really good. He kind of fits again. He just fits. You see how well Dante works on this team, and Caruso is much better than Dante, even probably besides shooting. He's much better at all the other stuff. Not to say Dante's bad, but Caruso's like borderline all NBA level defender. So.
No, it's Andre Iguodala type. I think as the game transitions and evolves, if you're looking for Andre, Warriors are going to be looking for Andre Iguodala types. Caruso.
I thought Rubio could always be that guy, but Caruso's like a total evolution off of that. Like so much better, I think, in a lot of ways, or more fits the NBA. I mean, Rubio fits the NBA better now than he did back then, so maybe it makes sense that Caruso does too. But